All right. This is a Naya Fires deck. For people that aren't familiar, Naya refers to the color combination of green, white, and red. Fires, in this deck's namesake, refers to Fires of Invention. You may cast spells only during your turn and only 2 spells per turn. However, you don't have to pay mana for spells that have converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of lands you control. So this is very good with cards like Cavalier of Flames that have activated abilities that allow us to cast these spells and then use their activated abilities right away to deal lots of damage. So one of the ideas is we play Fires and then we play 2 powerful 5-drops on 5 with the Fires. This build has a Mega Morph package here. So Morph is a mechanic that allows you to play creatures face down as 2/2s for 3 mana. And then you can pay some of mana to flip them up with a 1/1 counter. And Deathmist Raptor here says, whenever a permanent you control is turned face up, you may return Deathmist Raptor from your graveyard to the battlefield, face up or face down. Then we have some copies of Den Protector here, which says when this flips up, you return target card from your graveyard to your hand. So, something that you're capable of doing with this deck on turn 5, our absolute nutstraw, is you play Cavalier of Flames, and you discard a bunch of Deathmist Raptors, and then you cast Den Protector, flip it up, return the Deathmist Raptors to play, and then activate Cavalier of Flames. We also have Mastery of the Unseen here as a way to use our mana every turn with Fires of Invention. And we have Duskwatch Recruiter as another mana sink as well. Interesting ways to leverage Fires, not making us spend mana to cast our spells. So let's go ahead and dive on into a league here with this one and see how it goes. And at worst, this deck's still doing the very powerful Cavalier top end with Fires, so I expect to win some games on the back of that. More interested to see how the Deathmist Raptor package plays out along with the Mastery Unseens. Stream Decker, yep. I think I have to mulligan this. No. Like, it's a 4-lander, but it doesn't have double green. So, like, this is a hand that, like, needs to draw lands, but also wants to draw spells. So it just needs too much. I guess I could have played the Raptor face down. Bottom Kiora here. What's Kiora contributing? She generates card advantage. She also gives you a backup game plan where you can, like, when you don't have Fires, you can go turn 1 Grazer, turn 2 Kiora, turn 3 5-drop. He's like a ramp plan that, like, also generates cards when you don't need the ramp. Thanks for the 3/4 of a year, Illusions. Welcome back. Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday wherever you are. So we'll lose Den Protector here, because the Deathmist Raptors will just come back if they take one of those. The classic Dinosaur Beast card here. Was this always a dinosaur? I feel like dinosaurs didn't exist till Ixalan, right? Yeah, the OG Raptor was a lizard beast, huh? Was Aratad. Darn kids ruining Magic's history. Maybe I'm supposed to passage here. So I can play this as a 3/3 next turn guaranteed. Yeah, I'm probably supposed to Fabled Passage there. Judge, what's the converted mana cost of a morph creature? Is it 0? I feel like it's 0. Yeah. Yeah, I messed up. I should have Fabled Passage last turn. I'm just gonna pass. I don't want to morph a Deathmist Raptor and then like have it die to Fatal Push. Which means they get like a chance to either pump this or like deploy a spawn this turn. Yeah, this card was a standard playable 4X Mythic. It was definitely $30. That's actually a great draw. So... Wait. Can I not morph this? With fires? It says cast, right? You may cast this card face down. I don't want to cast it this turn anyways, because I want to cast it face down for free and then flip it up. Is this bugged on Moto? If that's bugged, I'm gonna have to drop the league and switch to a different deck. This deck's just not like that's like being able to cast the morph spells for free is part of the deck. So like if that doesn't work on Magic Online, can I get a judge ruling? Am I supposed to be able to morph for free off of fires? Is this a Moto bug or Magic as intended? If you cast a card without paying its mana cost, you can't choose to cast it for any of its alternative costs. You can, however, pay additional costs. Really? That seems really bad. Why is that? Okay, I guess. We're super dead here. But if that's Magic as intended, this really doesn't seem like a very good plan to have in our Fires deck. It doesn't matter. We're dead here, so... Alright, Hour's good. Scavenging Ooze is good. Well, people are saying it's not a Moto bug. And I can't change deck between matches. So I don't know if the submitter of this deck knew that that's how that works, or if they assumed it worked differently. I don't know. We're gonna play the deck as is. It sounds like Moto's working how Magic's supposed to work. It sounds like Magic Online is currently working as intended. It's different than what my understanding was going in. Raptor's still a good blocker here, so we're going to leave it in. Clarion and Hour seem good. Tram, Whisperwood Elemental. I feel like I can't cut all my threats, right? I don't know if Moto's working as intended or not. I do know that if this is how this worked, the Deathmist Raptor package does not seem good. That is my takeaway. Let's see how it plays out, but if I can't morph for free under Fires, Deathmist Raptor and Den Protector do not seem particularly good here. Hey, Statistic, thanks for the 23 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, Masteries and Fires is still fine. So we've still got some synergies here. You cannot put a morph for free under Fires. Yeah, you can still flip it up with mana. You can still cast it with, you can still morph it with mana too. So it sounds like things are working as intended. It's just not very good, and it just means like the idea behind this deck seems flawed. Looking for a 4th land here, perfect. King Clarion next turn, and then Fires the following turn. Get to see. Mastery plus, oh, I forgot Mastery gains life too. That's real good. Yeah, the Mastery aspect, maybe the Deathmist Raptors are just good with the Mastery aspect. No turn 3 play here for them is real good for us. So now we get a free 2/2 every turn. So this lets us manifest the top card of our library, put it onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature, and then we can turn it up for its mana cost at any time if it is a creature. So Mastery lets us leverage Fires a little bit in an interesting way. Yeah, it does, Polly. Counts as one of your 2 spells. Schnookums, thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I don't know how they beat a steady stream of 2/2s here. Feel like they probably can't. Feels like we've drifted into garbage time at this point. Yeah. Parts of this deck seem neat. The morph aspect seems maybe middling. Something to think about too is Mastery of the Unseen is a card we could slot into the Jeskai variation of this archetype very cleanly. This is an upgrade that archetype could get for the Jeskai Cavalier variation of Fires. Another good way to dump your mana. We're going to get a Twitch judge tag. If you are an official Magic judge and you'd like to field questions for the Hooglandia community on occasion, we have a judge role in the subs Discord. You just need to DM me on Discord proof of your judge apps confirmation, and I'll get you tagged with that role. Yeah, Bonecrusher's real good. One of the best red cards printed in a long time. This is a pretty easy mulligan, right? 2 Grazers, no lands. Grazer's so awkward when you don't have a lot of extra lands. I think I'm just supposed to catch and release there again. The sand's good. We'll bottom these 2. Starting low, excited to get Thoughtseize to lose my Bonecrusher Giant. Can I register as an official flavor judge? Sure, why not? What flavor are you? Second green source here is good. Means we can cast Deathmist Raptor. Yeah! Duress this! Ugh. Recover some of that sick card advantage from mulliganing. Get out of here. Another Bonecrusher's good. Are you ready? Bonecrusher's ready. We're gonna kill Gutterbones here, even though they can bring it back. I just want to use my mana and stem the bleeding here. Just slow them down. So they can pay 3 and pick Gutterbones back up and replay it, but like, I'm playing a 3/3 next turn, so it's like not a big deal. Yep. My kingdom for a Clarion? Nah, we can rip a Clarion. They're at 1 card in their hand. Wow, letting us both draw when there's Clarions in our deck is bold. The bold strategy, Cotton. Duress this. Ugh. So we're gonna bring back Blood-Soaked Champion, make us both sacrifice, bring back Blood-Soaked Champion again. They definitely should not make us draw here. You know, yes, giving us draws gives us chances to get back in the game. This type of matchup's a good example of where, like, our deck has a lot of non-creatures that our opponent cares about. However, we don't have a high density of them. So, while a card like Duress, when it hits, is going to be very good, it's frequently not going to hit. Hey, thanks for drawing me into the sweeper. I appreciate you, opponent. Glad someone has my back these days. Baby got back. Now, 2 of these threats come back, and they do have drawing up to their 3rd card in hand here, so we'll see. If their leftovers are good, we're still in trouble. But I definitely feel like we're in this game because our opponent gave us a chance to be. Oh, yeah, that's true, too. They could have made us draw. They could have taken that Hour of Devastation, right? That's actually super true. Didn't even think about that. Yeah, Mutavault's pretty good. This effectively deals with 2 of their attackers. That's the game, right? Yeah. Definitely. Their removal spell, mana from Uniball, it's definitely lethal. Howdy, R large. Oh, by the way, I was originally planning to take tomorrow off, but the thing I had to do tomorrow morning, I no longer have to do. So I'm going to be here. Need to add it to my calendar, but I'm going to be here tomorrow, like most Fridays. So we'll kick off with some Pioneer tomorrow morning. To say the least, there are a lot of Pioneer decks in the queue. Let's get through them. In fact, I am seriously debating not bothering with the Saturday tournament. I was kind of gonna do it just because I wanted to be live for 5 days this week, but I might just not bother. Like, the end result is likely me getting nothing. I guess $9 worth of gems could be useful before a set release. It's 9 less actual dollars I have to spend. I think I have enough for a full set anyways, though. I did both the $50 prepays, and I have $94,000, 94,000 gems. Do you care about Kiora? Or do you care about Mastery? Well, it's not, so the upside to the arena tournament tomorrow is it's not a big, and that's the reason why I might still do it. Saturday's not a 9-hour day, chat. Saturday is a play at your own pace day. So Saturday is not waiting for Swiss rounds. That part they do well. Best watch during work stream ever. Thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate it. Dr. Jazen. Welcome back. Ooh, that's a good one. Whisper sweet nothings into my ear, Poppy. So again, Manifest takes the top card of my deck and puts it face down as a 2/2. And then if that face down card's a creature, I can pay that creature's converted mana cost to flip it up. So face down literally means that. It means my opponent doesn't know what this card is. So I get to look at this and know that this is a Temple Garden, but they do not. Yes, they did Magma Spray. Seems like good technology for beating the black aggro decks. Most of my red decks have Magma Spray, and they're 75. I think that card's very good right now. Mastery is very good against control decks. To be fair. Yes, that's true. When a face down card changes zones, it flips face up. Alright, so Bonecrusher is ready for this Teferi. And then I think because I have 2 masteries, I'm not in a hurry to resolve it through while their counter magic's down. So I'm just gonna put another threat into play here. Yes, standard Ugin basically manifests with the asterisk that you can't flip it up. It's very, very similar to manifest though, yes. They shocked in their 6th land, and they can cast instants and sorceries at, or sorceries at instant speed. Alright, I'll take another Whisperwood Elemental. Means that they have an instant speed Supreme Verdict here. They're not going to be in a great spot. This is my 2/4 power things here. Oh, wow. I actually messed up here in a big way. So I should have cast Mastery leaving 2 green up, because Whisperwood Elemental's activated ability says it only gives you things for your face-up creatures. So I'm actually going to miss a 2/2 here if they sweep me, because this is an Arboreal Grazer. So, like, if I would have left double green up, I could have flipped this and this. Actually, I think I'm going to sack this. So this won't give me a 2/2, but I can then flip this up and get the Whisperwood Elemental back. So I'm down a 2/2 here because of how I tapped for my Mastery Unseen. I didn't play around hitting a... Oh, I could have held priority. Yeah, I could have flipped in response to that ability. Okay, yeah, so I'm down 2 2/2s here, which is actually huge. It's a really big deal. So I should be attacking for 6 here if I had played better, which is again why we frequently talk about don't focus on the results, focus on the details. I'm just going to hit them and pass here. I could flip this up. It's Cavalier of Flames, but I think I'm just going to manifest at the end of their turn. Or we can do this and counter their removal. Someone asked if this was a build around or not. This was not. This was a specific viewer submission. Hey, Grimwatch. Thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate the 10 months. Yeah, Whisperwood Elemental's been super, super impressive here. Definitely happy with that inclusion. All right, so I get a window to stick fires here, which is great. Gosh, we'd be so far ahead if I'd played optimally this game. It's kind of unreal. We're still ahead, I think. I messed up a number of things this game. Manifesting costs 4, so that was not an option. We are nothing if not precise around here, Dallas. They just shock it again? They have a Sphinx's Revelation? Does this deck just want 8 elves? Well, elves aren't very good with Fires of Invention. I think there's a different... I think you could explore Whisperwood Elemental decks in this format. Bob, it costs 4. We just talked about that. The problem with exploring Whisperwood Elemental decks in this format is they're largely just worse than Nissa. I'm not sure that Whisperwood Elemental is better to be doing than Nissa. God, I really hope they ban that card everywhere. Can we just shift delete most of 2019? It's so rancid. They discarded double Sinister Sabotage. What on God's green earth are they getting? Oh, they're just Supreme Verdicting. Sure. Sure. Yeah, I'm pretty into the ban War of the Spark idea. Seems pretty reasonable. That's great. Yeah, I'm into the manifest part of this deck. Master Instinct and Whisper Elemental's real hot. People just optimized Dallas sooner. Things got optimized. People spent more time working on the card. I mean, Standard also rotated since that set initially released, so like, yeah, the Standard format's different too. Am I just supposed to kill them? They're at 8. Yeah, let's just kill them. I hadn't noticed how. Just dead. Alright, feels control, man. Alright, so Arboreal Grazers, an easy cut against control. Chandra, Torch of Defiance, and Rekindling Phoenix are good here. This makes our stuff uncounterable, which seems great. Is it crazy to trim some number of fires in this matchup? I feel like it's not. I want more cards that individually are threats. Well, it's good when it gets going. Yeah, that was what my gut was gonna be. I don't want to cut all the fires, but I don't think I want to draw a ton of them. Yeah, but like, what you're describing there, Curtin, she is like an ideal case scenario. Yeah, Teferi bouncing fires also isn't great. Drawing multiple fires is bad. Like, I think it's fine when it comes up and it gets going. That seems good. Let's give this a try. Sure, in. See, chat, I don't need more fires. Just draw the one we have. So you sack the elemental in response to super to get lots of manifest. That is exactly correct. I'm gonna bottom this. I already have a 3-mana Planeswalker. Hey, Spurious Platypus. Thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. You're having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to the party, Tefri. Phoenix is a good draw. Got a good number of must-answer spells here, which is great. Yeah, if they tap off or don't have a counterspell next turn, we get to go Fires into Phoenix, which is great. Definitely leading on Fires. This is the one I'd like to counterspell the most, since individually it's not a threat. Sick. That worked out better than expected. Hope you enjoyed your draw too. Yeah, no absorb / sabotage up that turn was real good for us. And if Tefri bounces this, we get to redeploy it and draw another card next turn, so that's not too bad either. Lyra Dawnbringer. You know what lines up pretty good against Lyra? Cavalier of Thorns. Gosh, even Rekindling Phoenix isn't that bad, huh? Kiora Phoenix is really good. A lot of card draw there. Oh, I should do this first so I could scry the draw that I'm about to get. It's a good thought. Worth noting that while they have Lyra in play, their Supreme Verdicts also become less appealing, so that's nice for us. They're going to get to gain a bunch of life with her, potentially, if they could take my Cavalier out of the way, but that's also not a big deal, because my deck is capable of grinding and dealing lots of damage. Sure. Could be Magma Spray. Or a Braid or something like that. Wow, that's brutal. Holy crap. Well, shoot. That was an instant speed Anger of the Gods off of Tefri. That exiled our Phoenix. And effectively exiled the Cavalier as well. We got played, chat. So they kill this and they Tefri bounce the egg. I mean, like, of all the things to complain about Tefri with regards to, that one's pretty low on the totem pole, I think. Like, the offensive things related to Tefri are not him letting you cast things at instant speed. Like, that part's super fine. Do you have anything to help Chandra kill Lyra? I don't think so. Well, that's a lot of lands in a row. There are 1,000 small tweaks you could do to 3-mana Teferi to make it not an offensive card. They chose to do none of them. So one thing to consider too is, like, we've seen 24 cards out of our deck, and in 24 cards we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've had 13 lands in 24 cards, but like, our deck plays 26 lands, right? So we're through almost half of our deck, and we've drawn half of our lands. It's pretty close to average. Are you saying we should cut lands? No. I'm saying that flooding is part of Magic, and Magic's an incredibly high variance game. Grabbed approach here. Opponent's build is neat. Red Splash seems sweet in their deck. I think I'm happy with how I sideboarded. Hopefully hit a little bit more gas this time through. Hit a Cavalier of Flames to be able to power through some of those land pockets. Yeah, it seems fine. Got a bunch of threats in it. What more could you ask for? Looking for, like, lands and fires at this hand. I can't remember the last time Jeff said we should cut a land. It's pretty rare. Most people don't play enough lands. The correct answer is usually don't cut a land. The correct answer is usually add a utility land. That's my general rule of thumb. If I think a deck might have too many lands in it, I don't cut a land, I replace a land with a utility land. Alright, so we're going to lead on, since we drew Deathmist Raptor, we get to lead on the bait morph creature. Yeah, they took the bait, chat. They took the bait. Mighty Morphin Mega Raptors, heroes and a half shell, Raptor power. Turfree. I'm a Turfree. I stopped Chandra from casting spells. My name's Turfree. Maybe this card isn't good enough in sideboards for the control matchup if Teferi's the card they're playing. Because Teferi prevents you from ever casting a spell with Chandra's +1. Because she requires you to cast the spell while her ability's on the stack. She used to be able to shock Teferi. Fires is a good one. Oh, I've made a terrible mistake. Now they have a chance to destroy fires in response. Oh, that's really good. Huh? Well, we're not casting Cavalier of Thorns now because I know the card on top of my deck is good. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Why? I had mana floating. Why didn't? Oh no! Oh no! Did I click through the prompt? I clicked. Did I click through it or did it not come up? I might have clicked through it. Dang it, Bobby. All right, so Obs should have killed Teferi. They warned us. Yeah, it's just autopilot. I wasn't thinking about activating this. It's just out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, I almost certainly clicked through it. I don't need a replay. I just autopilot clicking through it at this point. Alright, looks like it didn't really matter. We would have just killed Teferi and they played another one. Alright, I remember this time, chat. Alright, let's end Teferi's life. Because they had just plus that Teferi to 3, Pokemon Nerd, is what you were missing. This game should be pretty done. Not only do we have infinite threats in play, but I've got Deathmist to bring back this, plus Cavalier of Thorns here. Chandra's also on 7. They can't beat a Chandra emblem. Alright, on the scoreboard, 1-1. Yeah, Whisperwood Elemental was real sweet there. Wonder if that card could be good in this format. There's a chance it's just like bad Nissa, but... Right, if this hand draws 2 lands in a row, it's very, very good. Temple. Alright, deal. We'll settle for a shock land. Shipping my Bezo bucks to a Bernie supporter feels particularly appropriate. Thanks for the 2 months, happy boys. I appreciate that. Let's redistribute some of Bezo's wealth, huh? Use that Twitch Prime. If you're someone out there who has Amazon Prime, if you link that to your Twitch account, you get Twitch Prime included for free. And even if you don't feel like sending that my way, make sure you send it somewhere on Twitch every month. Lord knows whoever's streaming needs it more than Jeff Bezos does. Yeah, the new 4 converted mana cost sweeper will look quite excellent alongside Fires, I think. At the very least, this card's probably worth exploring as a sideboard card against the control decks like we just played against. Alright, so they have a Gitu Lava Runner, but I have an 0-3, so you know, game. Hoping to draw an untapped land next turn so we can stick Whisperwood Elemental and end this game real quick. What do you think's the min land count for Grazer? 24, 25? It's probably 25. Without Once Upon a Time, I'd probably say 25. If you have Amazon Prime, it comes with Twitch Prime. It does. It's included for free. Part of the way Jeff Bezos is taking over the world is by packaging everything all up into it. OTR Heathen, thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. And for whatever reason, if Twitch doesn't let you Twitch Prime and paid sub to the same person, so if you're someone that has a higher tier paid sub and you really love me, you can Prime sub on my wife's channel. Ooh, that's a Cavalier. That's exciting. Thanks for the 13 months, Flash. I appreciate that. Welcome back. All right, so I go land, Cavalier, or land, fires, Cavalier here. Moan. Thank you for the 19 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah. Yeah, I've mostly gotten away from Facebook. I use it for the Messenger app. I don't have an actual profile there anymore. Am I supposed to trade this for a Lava Runner? I feel like I'm not. I think I'm just going to pass here. We're pretty far ahead at this point, so it feels good. Yeah, we'll see, Beefster. Hopefully at some point, enough of the billionaires figure out that, like, they need poor people to have some amount of money, otherwise they can't make more money. At a certain point, you can only milk the middle and lower class so far. Oh, I don't even use events or invitations. You can actually disable your account except for Messenger. It gives you an option. Mastery of the Unseen is absurd here because it says we gain life when we flip up the card. So that's exciting. So we gonna manifest the crap out of this. Manifest, do. Are you ready? Bonecrusher's ready. You are a saint for reminding me about this account. Thanks for the 16 months, Divik. Yeah, just not having, I mean, like, obviously I still scroll other things on occasion, but, like, not having Facebook to scroll and not having to be reminded that boomer relatives are boomer relatives is pretty plus life EV. So I didn't play a second spell this turn, but again, I can't morph this face down off of fires, and I want to use this 3 mana to flip this face up. So I'm going to spend 3 here to gain 2, because I turn this up, it triggers mastery. I found after taking a break from Twitter and coming back, I I've been able to manage it a lot better. Block and mute functions are great, and just, you know, realizing you don't need to, oh, I could untap this to have a blocker, huh? I don't know if that really matters. Pokemon Direct happened today, and Pokeboomers are complaining that new Pokemon games having DLC and DLC should have been a part of the game. Oh, my sweet summer child. They're putting us to 7 here. Really? We're just hitting me? Okay. Can we kill them? I think we're short. So I can play this. I can flip it face up. I can pick up Cavalier. I can play Cavalier. Cavalier is 7, 13... 7, 13, 4. I could deal 17 to them here. So I think I go cast face down, flip up, get Whisperwood Elemental. Kill Chandra. Probably untap Cavalier. I think paying 2 life to hope to gain 4 life is a bad play. I'd rather just scry. Oh. Well, now it's guaranteed. Never mind. So now we untap the land. And now we gain 4? Hey, Dibbles, thank you for the 12 months of support. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. Man, are we gonna power through this experimental frenzy? They have 7 lands. They could kill us this turn. It's a good start to killing us. Strike, and Eidolon, sure. Oh yeah, green-white devotion mirrors were peak silly, for sure. Okay, Bonecrusher is ready. That's just good because it gains 6, right? Right? If I attack with this, they just block with both of these. Alright, I'm just gonna pass and gain 6 here. So we get to manifest the top card of our library. And then we'll flip this up now before they can kill anything. And go to 17. Wow. They really didn't believe in, I feel like if they're conceding from there, they shouldn't be playing Frenzy. I feel like their Frenzy could have dragged them out of that kicking and screaming. All right. What am I trimming here? This is definitely a Clarion and Scavenging Ooze matchup, but what are my cuts? Yeah, Grazer's great. Is it crazy to cut Kiora? The acceleration is nice, but she doesn't do anything on her own, right? I need 3 cuts here. Yeah, I guess Deathmist isn't stellar. What if I do this? I think Den Protector is important because it's cheap to flip up with Mastery of the Unseen. So, I think the consideration on that card is because of Mastery. Have you liked the split with Whisperwoods and Green Cav? Whisperwood's been much better than Green Cavalier. Whisperwood's been super impressive so far in the games that we've played. Forgot how quickly that card takes over a game. It's been a while. No 1-drop's a big deal. What if they're not playing that many ones? I guess they have Soulscar Mage and Swift Spear. They have Chandra in their main. So they could be a little bit bigger, perhaps. I'm gonna play Passage here because I would like to Clarion next turn if possible. We'll grab our 3rd green source. Cute. So, they elected to play this turn to be mana efficient, and they're giving up the Soulscar Mage. So that's nice. Yeah, I think if I were to play this deck again, I would definitely get up to the full 4 Whisperwoods. I don't even know if like the full Fires package that this deck is doing is stellar. The Manifest cards feel like they're worth exploring. The Manifest cards have felt really good. I rarely check my whispers, but they're always for people trying to be unbanned in this channel. You should entertain unbanning most people. Unless you open up someone's profile on here and like it's just a bunch of like vulgarity or like racial slurs or something terrible like that. Just unban anyone who asks, mods. Because in order for people to talk, they also have to pay me. So like, if they get unbanned and they pay me to talk and then they're still an idiot, then we can just ban them again. Oh, Roy, thanks for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. But if someone wants to toss me a $5 to be an idiot once, God bless them. You know, we take those. I get there. Yeah, I get like 350 of a sub. So they want to toss me Tree Fitty to be a big stupid. That's fine with me. They can be a big stupid. Can all mods see a ban raise or just you? Any mod can. So if you type /user and then a username in chat, you can see a user's full history of their chat log in a specific channel. Among other things. Thanks for the 31 months, Rebner. So we're taking potentially 4 or more this turn, but then I get to start using Mastery, and I have Cavalier of Thorns here as well, so that sounds sweet. Rampaging Frostodon is very good here for them. Hey, thanks for the half a year, Steamy. Huh? So I can eventually play Den Protector, flip Den Protector, get Clarion. I actually do that next turn, right? Or I could do it this turn. Do I want them to know that I'm going to be doing it this turn, though? Probably not. So do I want to play and flip Den Protector here, or just Manifest Mastery? I probably want to play and flip Den Protector. So I won't gain life from this flipping up because of Rampaging Frostodon. But I will get to pick up Clarion, and not only will Clarion kill this Rampaging Frostodon, but it's going to give Cavalier lifelink next turn, which is great. So if we can survive the turn, we could be okay. Cracking the patch without a mana should feel sad. I know. Playing cards that like are legal on Arena on Magic Online is just so sad. It's like, oh, this card should have something sweet. Am I dead yet? So we're dead to another 3 damage burn spell out of their hand here, because this has Menace. So dead to a 2 damage burn spell out of their hand now. So either need their last card to not be a haste creature or a burn spell. Which means we're probably dead. Please be a blank. Please be a blank. We're so far ahead if it's a blank. Because this happens, and then we hit Chandra for 5, and we gain 5. We go to 7, and then Bonecrusher Giant kills Chandra. What a beautiful menu. It's something. White Splash really showing why it's worth it here. And then those are my 2 spells, so I just pass here. And then next turn I get to Scavenging Ooze and just gain infinite, which is great. Also get to Manifest here at end of turn. They have 1, 2, 3 creatures in their graveyard. I have 1, 2, 3 creatures in mine. What is stabilization? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. For a true professional, the top card of our deck right now is Den Protector. Temple of Triumph. Hashtag never lucky. Yeah, of course the best escape enabler is green. What other color would the best escape enablers be, chat? The best escape enablers are green and blue-green. I am solidly losing faith in Wizards' R&D capabilities over the last year. It's been a rough last year, chat. Hopefully they get their crap together and they ban mana dorks in this format. Really hope I'm wrong about them being the workshops of this format. All right, we're 2-1. This build's been sweet. I don't know that I'm super sold on Deathmist Raptor, but Whisperwood Elemental, Mastery the Unseen, and Den Protector have all been excellent. Have we gotten a free Raptor into play yet? I don't think so. Yeah, I agree, Mitmuka. Every subsequent set that's been released since Guilds of Ravnica, it's been like, well, I think play design just got lucky. Like, when Guilds happened and Guild was like the first standard format that play design worked on, I was like, oh, this is sweet. They finally got all their stuff together in a backpack and figured crap out. Now I feel like they pulled one over on me. Wizards found a way to get Eternal players to spend more money, print cards that invalidate their previous cards. That, I mean, I want to say you're wrong, but you're not wrong. I want to tell you that that's not what they did, but it definitely feels like that's what they did. Okay, so we're playing against Soulflare, which is probably going to be a bit of a challenge game one. Post board, we have some Hour of Devastations, which should help. This regenerates and it can make itself bigger, so I'm just going to go ahead and cast Bonecrusher here as a 4/3 and draw a card. So again, like, and this is where things get super hazy. And we talked about this before, because they had to ban things in standard, all of the testing and balance play design did for the next year until the banned cards are gone is just completely out the window. They balanced all of these decks assuming that Veil of Summer existed and that like Field of the Dead was there to keep certain things in check. So, like, because they missed to begin with, there's going to be subsequent cascading misses that are naturally going to happen as a result. Exclamation point deck will let you see the deck. If you're on mobile, there's also the Stream Decker icon you can click on. Jeff confirms they should unban Oko. I don't know that it would be a good thing to unban Oko, but I think I personally would be happier if they left. I personally would prefer it if the current standard ban list was Once Upon a Time, Veil of Summer, Nissa Who Shakes the World. I think there is a good chance that those three cards is what the standard ban list should look like. I think there is a strong chance that I personally would enjoy the format more, and maybe the format in general would just be better. I mean, to be fair, 3 mana Teferi isn't an inherently powerful card. It's just an annoying card. This doesn't have lifelink, so if we draw well, we could maybe go around this. Maybe. I would be incredibly surprised if the best deck in Standard post-Theros is not a Nissa Hydra and Graces deck. I really hope they give us Field of the Dead back in Historic, at least. The new Titan Poly is an easy 3 of, or 4 of. The fact that it replaces itself means the drawback to drawing multiple of a legendary isn't there. And like the upside of having it is very high. Rowanus, that's a really neat one. What's my read on the red-black Titan? Hopefully it's going to be good with Priest of the Forgotten Gods, because you can sack the red-black Titan in response to its enter the battlefield trigger the first time you cast it. So you can, like, play Priest on... You can go, like, 1 drop on 1, Priest on 2, land 2 mana Titan in response to it killing itself, sacrifice it to Priest, and get some clean value out of it. We flooded out, Rage cut a land, something like that. Yes, it's also very reasonable with Heartfire. I am hoping that Deathmist Raptor, oh, sorry, to play here really quick. Deathmist Raptor is pretty useless. The grind for Mastery might be useless, but it could also life gain us to a relevant spot. Let's do this. Actually, I guess Bonecrusher is not very good here. I have a small amount of hope that a aristocrat-style deck can be competitive in the new format. That's not just a cat deck. Yeah, like, most of the Titans are likely going to be playable. I thought you couldn't interrupt sack triggers. Once a player's chosen what they're sacrificing, you can't respond to that. But a trigger that makes someone sacrifice something is the same as any other trigger in a round of priority happens. Thoughts on escape as a mechanic? It's probably fine. Variations of flashback are good. Instead of me telling you you're wrong, Mint Mocha, can you tell me why you're right? Why do you think the red-black Titan doesn't go well in cat decks? What part of it do you think doesn't work well? It's one of the original Zendikar mountains. All the basics I play on Moto that are full art are OG Zendikar. OG. Yes, from a flavor perspective, the creatures getting bigger on escape is real good. Yeah, I think so, Polly. We actually have there's a deck list submission in the queue for after the new set drops that will have those cards from the new set in it. A red-black discard deck. What's my read on Thassa's Oracle? I don't know, it's probably fine. Hour of Devastation is about to be, it's about to be very devastating for my opponent. They're just assuming we can't interact with their stuff, and they gonna be very sad. So this says, things lose indestructible, deal 5 to the board. Bye, Felicia. Nullhide Ferox, eh? It's a cute one. Sure, you're gonna play the Red-Black Titan with Cat. I'm just saying it could enable aggressive. When I say Cat decks, I mean like the existing Cat decks, like the very grindy decks. I'm talking about the archetype. I'm not talking about the specific card, if that makes sense. So when I say Cat decks, I don't mean decks playing Cat Oven. I mean like the current grindy trail of breadcrumbs decks that are being played. I actually think this card's very good in this format, just for reference. I think if you're playing a red mid-range deck, you should probably be playing some Hour of Devastation, because the Soul Flare deck our opponent is playing is very real. It's very good. Manifest me, daddy. They attack here. I'm gonna double block. Ooh. Turn me off. So they ditched a Zatalpa there. This might be the first deck I've seen Hour of Devastation in. Well, clearly you need to watch more Pioneer in Hooklandia. Just saying. I think the blue-red Eldrazi deck could use Hour of Devastation. Yeah. I think if this deck stays popular, playing some in blue-red Eldrazi is a good choice. Looking for a red Cavalier. We'll take a Den Protector. Den Protector lets me rebuy Hour of Devastation here. Found a Questing Beast here they'll be able to take. Yeah, it doesn't kill Deep Fiend, and it doesn't, what's the word I'm searching for? It doesn't kill Deep Fiend, and it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't get rid of your Phoenixes either. Why not cast the Grazer, since that's another manifest with Hour? I didn't cast the Grazer because of this. Because I could hit Cavalier of Flames and potentially turn Grazer into a real Magic card. Well, I guess it didn't really matter. I'm gonna make a note to put Hour of Devastation in the blue-red Eldrazi board. Put Hour and you are Eldrazi sideboard. Unfortunate we have to mulligan with Hour in the opener, but no lands means we can't play. But I'm on Duskwatch Recruiter here. I think keeping the double Cavalier hand in the event we find Fires is high upside. Duskwatch Recruiter doesn't do a whole lot in this matchup anyways. Scavenging Ooze is a phenomenal draw. I'm gonna bottom that. There's plenty of lands in our deck, and I just want the most chances to get to a Fires on time. Scavenging Ooze is kind of medium as far as graveyard hate goes in this matchup, just because if they like Grizzly Salvage, they can... If they Grizzly Salvage, they can delve right away after the salvage resolves during their main phase. That's super scary. We might just lose to their fair deck draw here. Although I guess I'm getting to play Cavalier of Flames next turn. They attack Nullhide into Kiora. I think I'm supposed to jump block. Grab a third red here. And I think we're going to be aggressive and ditch both these lands. We also get to stack our triggers so we draw from Kiora before we Cavalier. So that way, if we hit another blank, we can discard that blank as well. Like so. So the odds of finding a land that our next 4 draws are real high here, so we're just going to spin all of it. You like that they play Nullhide in their deck? I guess. I don't know, their deck has a lot of instants and sorceries in it. If we keep Kiora alive, Cavalier's likely to find a land too. If we get to there, 10 out of 10 trading this Cavalier for Nullhide Ferox here. Yeah, it's fine. Rankle was a little bit medium last time we played the Soul Flare deck, so maybe Nullhide's better than Rankle as far as 4 drops go. They bin Zatalpa here, but they did not find a Soul Flare in that. They could just have one in their hand, though. A Questing Beast in their hand. They have a Soul Flare. We're probably dead. Suppose I could hit land in an hour still. Now, the downside here to bidding all my lands and then not drawing one this turn is I can't play Fires this turn and Cavalier, which sucks a little bit. Okay, there's an Hour of Devastation. So that means, Hour of Devastation means if they... Maybe I'm supposed to play Grazer out here as a chump blocker. If they ship with a... If they attack through my Cavalier, I get to get Hour back and then use it. Which is nice. Of course, with Questing Beast, they're going to have Double Strike and Trample. So I think the plan here is block Questerson, put Hour on top of our deck, and then sandbag the Hour for Soul Flare and try and play fair otherwise. Feel like we can probably win playing pretty fair here. Howdy, CEO. Welcome, welcome. I'm doing swell. It's a little bit dreary here in the cornfields. It's supposed to rain. It's supposed to rain all day today and all day tomorrow. And then it's supposed to turn into snow on Saturday. But I also don't have to leave the house on Saturday, so I've got that going for me. Pawaga, thank you for the 9 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Definitely want to keep my Kiora here. So, Hour of Devastation is our insurance plan. Yeah, if we get discard spelled, it like feels bad, but I'm definitely happy with my line, so I'm giving myself the best shot to play around stuff they could have. I honestly don't mind hitting the land tier, because getting to 8 lands for Mastery of the Unseen is pretty nice. Mastery and Wildwood have both been super impressive. I feel like I'd cut the Deathmist Raptors after playing this list today, but I'd probably add a 3rd Mastery and go up to 4 for Whisperwood. We'll talk about everything at the end, obviously. Are we 2-1? Yeah, I got one more match after this still. Great. Well, this Bonecrusher Giant killed a Lotleth Troll in a way, because they discarded a Lotleth Troll to be able to kill my Bonecrusher. Brutal. Okay, so if they find Soul Flare, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, Hour does not prevent regeneration. Well, that's an excellent draw. Again, draw with Kiora before we do the Cavalier trigger, so if Kiora draws a blank, we get a chance to cycle it. B. Kugza, thank you for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people that you can send that to every single month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending it my way this month and keeping me employed. Yep. Troll does not lose counters whenever regenerated. Regenerating a card taps it and removes it from combat. It does not leave play. So, watch a lot, figure I can use my free sub. Thanks for taking the time to set that up. Twitch Prime pays my mortgage these days. I appreciate you keeping me around. I think I just put this into play tapped. So I had to decide how aggressive I want to be here. I think the answer is not very. Yeah, I could manifest and pump twice, but they just get to block here. And then I could die on the backswing to a Soul Flare. So I think I want to leave Cavalier of Thorns untapped here. It might be right to manifest once, though. I gotta decide whether or not I want to attack with the red Cavalier here. It's probably right to attack with it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna attack with this for 8. Oh, I can untap the Cav with Kiora. Yeah, good call. Alright, I'm going to attack for 15 then, and then untap the Cavalier. I don't want to attack with this one. I want extra defense. I just don't want to die by mistake. I feel like I'm really far ahead right now, and I can apply reasonable pressure without exposing myself to get a, like, oops killed. They should be pretty dead next turn regardless, right? I like this build of Fires. This is the first build of Fires that we've played that's been like, oh, we're actually gaining something meaningful from adding the older sets to our deck. Like a lot of these Fires decks we've been poking at in Pioneer and Historic too, honestly, are just like the standard builds with better mana. And like this build, the manifest cards have been genuinely good. Okay, there's Daddy Flare. So, this has to kill Cavalier of Thorns to attack me. And then when it does that, I get to put Hour of Devastation on top of my deck, which kills the Soul Flayer next turn. So I take 7 here, but I get Hour of Devastation back. You cannot cast things face down with Fires, which is awkward sometimes, but also not always too big of a deal. All right, so Hour of Devastation is going to kill Kiora here. So let's go ahead and have her untap a land here, get an extra mana. Well, they can regenerate, chat. Hour gets rid of indestructible. So these pay a black to regenerate, so their Lotless Trolls are going to survive here. I think the new land out for Theros is very novel. How much are they taking here? They went to 1. Remember that time I didn't attack with that manifest creature? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I think I just pass here. I'm just gonna pass. If they rip Questing Beast, I'm in a bad spot. Questing Beast and Soul Flayer are both bad for us. They're through one Soul Flayer and 2 Questing Beasts. We could have manifested to hit lands to kill them too, right? Maybe? We could have flipped up Kiora. That's not how manifest works, chat. Manifest is you can only flip up if it's a creature. I don't blame chat for not understanding how manifest works, but you don't understand how manifest works. I think I just double block here. I think this attack with 1 implies they drew a creature. So I think we're going to see them regenerate and then play another creature. My health total's pretty low. Yep, definitely can't kill my stuff. I mean, that life links them back into the game a little bit, so it's annoying, but it's still kind of funny. Gosh, if we could just hit a creature, that would be so good. Arboreal Grazer would be great even. Nothing but net, chat. Nothing but net. So this Grazer is going to flip up and gain us 6 life. So creatures, we can pay their mana cost to flip them up, and Mastery gains us life when we flip things up. There's only 20 cards left in my deck, chat. Any thought? No, because I want the life, Tenorka. I want the life. The life is really important. And if I draw a red Cav, they're dead, so that doesn't matter. So it's all gas. Well, I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So there's only 8 lands. There's only 8 lands in that many cards. That's exciting. All right, I'm going to gain 6 here and then just take this hit, I think. Maybe I'm supposed to wait a turn to flip this up to gain even more. Going to 2 there. They don't have any traditional reach. Yeah, maybe I should have waited. I could have gained, Would I count the manifested lands? I didn't, actually. So that's 2 more. Yeah, so there's 14 spells and 20 cards right now. Doing the math in preparation of disappointment. Yeah, exactly. Master Chief, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. That's actually quite good. That's actually quite good. Rowanus is real scary. Real scary here. They let them gain a bunch of life with Murderous Rider. How many more Cavalier of Flames do I have? I have 1, 2... I only have 1 Cavalier of Flames left in my deck, but I have 2 Whisperwood Elementals. They hit another Soul Flayer here. Are we dead? I think we might be dead. They hit Double Strike and Soul Flayer. I can gain 10. I'm gaining 10 here. So I'm going to double Manifest, flip up Grazer. What are the weird Egyptian art called? Masterpieces? Was that it? This was. Opponent had a really good series of draws here. Just like lifelink creature, Rowanus, Grizzly Salvage into this. I think we're still in it, though. They're called ugly. That's definitely true. Invocations. Yeah, that's the word. New Masterpiece was the wrong word. Alright, so this is Double Strike, Haze, Textproof, Trample, Vigilance. I don't know. I think saying I made the wrong decision in the moment is more difficult than what you're implying. Well, that's another land. So this is coming at me. I guess I just gained 10. Do we have any Den Protectors left? Oh, I do have a Den Protector left. There's one Protector in there. Okay. This is less good than just drawing a bomb, but it's still pretty okay. Provides Den Protector, it's great. Cavalier of Flames. Yeah, that's good, right? Are they dead? They might be dead. That's lethal, right? That's lethal because the Cavalier trigger kills them. Ba-boo! We're not, we cast 2 spells this turn, so we're not discarding that, but they're dead next turn. Are they dead on board this turn? Let's count. So they have no tricks, right? So they have 5 blockers and they have 5 blockers and they're at 3. Is the math here. They have 5 blockers and they're at 3. I can manifest my top card, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attackers. It does not have lifelink because it hit us last turn. Yeah, the Grazers can attack too, right? So if they block 5 things, there's a 6th over here that also has 3 attacks. They take 3, 4, 5. So they are dead. Is pumping the second time better than manifesting? I guess pumping twice is about the same, right? Yeah, that also works. Math works out the same either way. No wrong way to eat this, Rhesus. Pump up, the bump up, the wump up, the jam. Do. That was a good set. That's a good set. Easy deck of the day. Yeah, pump the 4th time to assert dominance, exactly. Yeah, Mastery of the Unseen's been super impressive. Deathmist Raptor's been mediocre. I'm not missing anything, right, yet. They can't pump this. It costs 3 to do. All right, we're 3-1. Got our burrito money locked up. See if we can win some extras here. This set's running a little bit long, but the last couple of Pioneer days were short, so I'm gonna finish this out. I'm enjoying this set. Aside from Deathmist Raptor, I like most of what this deck is doing. I feel like I would cut these Raptors and I would play another Mastery, another Den Protector, and then at least a 3rd Elemental, and that leaves me an extra card. Maybe I go up to like 3 Elementals, 3 Cavalier. It could be right to go 4 Elemental, 2 Cavalier, though. Elemental's been real good so far. It could also be right to just jam 4 Den Protector. Like, having 4 Den Protector in your deck makes randomly manifesting better. No, Grazer definitely does not have Defender. We've killed a lot of people with a lot of Grazers on this stream. Hey, Zaller42, thanks for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Welcome. I'm gonna bottom this. I actually just want an untapped green source next turn, so I can go Grazer, and then cast a 5-drop on 3. Yeah, being able to just redraw has been great. Fires is not a bad draw, all things considered. Need another land, but think I gotta bottom that, right? I just like need to have the best chance to land next turn. Do I? Yeah, I just need to hit on time. It's a real shame this is tapped at the moment. It's very possible I should revisit the mana base in this deck. Fabled Passage has like some synergy with Cavalier of Flames, but for the most part, we played Fabled Passage. For the most part, we played Fabled Passage to clear brainstorms when we were playing Blue Cavalier, and this deck doesn't play Blue Cavalier, so it changes the dynamic a little bit. I think we could play creature lands, maybe. The Needle Spires is not incredibly embarrassing. Yeah, I need a 5th land so I can do stuff next turn, though. In Standard, you have to play Fabled Passage just because you don't have Buddy Lands, but in this format, we can play Buddy Lands. If we hit a land next turn, we're going to be in a great spot. Feels Magic Man. The good news is we have a 5th land guaranteed next turn. Yeah, I think the only original creature land that I would be okay with in Pioneer is Lava Claw Reaches. I think the other ones are probably a little bit too powerful. You cannot morph off of the fires. That's true. That's true. This is a plus for fires. Or for a Fabled Passage. I'm gonna kind of regret bottoming that Mastery earlier, but I am struggling to hit lands. Maybe Stirring Wildwood's okay. It's close. That's real good. So they get to give this haste now with Sirach. Yeah, buddy lands, check lands, woodland, cemetery, and friends. Yep, those ones. They come into play tapped if they have friends. You got a friend in me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I mean, to be fair, giving blue-white control Celestial Colonnade is kind of like a Mercy inclusion, because then they would play a card that actually kills people. So that could be real upside. Am I discarding this Duskwatch Recruiter or no? Probably not, right? The Innistrad utility lands would be interesting. The Innistrad utility lands would be extra interesting in this format because they're not free. Oh! Is Manifest its converted mana cost? Yeah, I should have fetched another green so I could flip this face up. It's a big mistake on my part. They're activating Nykthos. Well, that's terrifying. You have 11 mana, opponent. As you will. Oh yeah, that's true too. I should have just left the fetch uncracked. That's the actual line. Just leave the fetch uncracked. Yeah, its morph cost is 5 though. Hidden Dragon Slayer. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's probably worse than just playing Doomblade. It's a lot of mana to kill something. Yeah, Wolf Run's good. When it's good, it's great, Loki. But, like, it's not free to just, like, put a Wolf Run in your Steel Leaf Champion Burning Tree Emissary deck. Like, it comes at a real cost. Yeah, it's a good turn for them. Above average turn, you could argue. It's going to be another place where Hour of Devastations come in. Kessig Wolf Run is the Wolf Run we're talking about for people in chat that didn't play during original Innistrad. Did you draw another spell? Am I dead? They're trying to figure out if they want to Oasis something. Sure. Yep. So that signifies they're attacking this turn. Alright, so let's bump up the jam here. I get to go. You trade here. You chump here. You and you go here. You go here. This goes here. Well, I guess I'd rather kill Sirach than their evasive one, right? Is that real? What if I do this? Yeah, I think I'm gonna sack. I sack this lives, but then I get 4 manifests. 3 manifests. I guess the Grazer's not very useful, right? So Grazer can't block here. Like I put Grazer over here, but that's actually not true. I could also keep Cavalier alive because it makes my manifest better. Of course, I also have Duskwatch Recruiter to use my mana with next turn. I think with Duskwatch Recruiter, I'm going to trade this off. Thanks for the 20 months, Obscene Sanity. All right, I think I like this. And then I'm going to sack this. So I get 3 manifests here. So I'm basically saying I want 3 manifests more than I want to kill this Steel Leaf Champion, which may or may not be correct. So we get 3 2/2s here. Fires of Invention, Whisperwood Elemental. Fires of Invention, they take a little bit of damage. Well, if that ain't great, I don't know what is. Is that the best draw on the deck? I think it was the best draw on the deck. We'll flip up Whisperwood Elemental here. Gain 5 and manifest another friend here. Oh, I get Deathmist Raptor back too. Sick. We haven't seen Deathmist Raptor be good yet. Face up or face down? I think it's face up here. Because I need the death touch. Well that was great. So again, this gains us life for each creature we control when we flip something up. This, when it's in our bin, it lets us return it to play. This is a silly game. Yeah, that's why we play the games that's why I talk about what I'm expecting and what seems good or bad, then we actually play with things as well. Vomit. That's a real good one. Gives their stuff trample. And they have Nykthos mana. I assume we're dead here. We're real close. I think Rowanus plus Nykthos here kills us. Be pretty surprised if it doesn't. Yeah, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Or is it only 11? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, so they have 3 pumps. So they have 3 pumps. So if I block like this, I'm currently taking 4. And then a pump here is worth 5. That's 9. A pump here is worth 5 again. That's 14. A pump here is worth 20. Oh, Henge gives 2 more. Yeah. Good call. Yeah, I think we're dead. What's that? It's a close game. I believe we're dead. I know. The nice thing is Moto will tell us. I don't have to count. Is Fires better than Nissa? Is a real question. You just play like old school green white devotion. Do we sack elemental in case we live? No. Three points short. Close. Hour of Devastation sounds great. I don't think this is a Clarion matchup. They have some poopers, but it doesn't really kill any of the stuff we actually care about. Duskwatch Recruiter is probably too slow and grindy. Hey, thank you for the 2 months, Original Master. I appreciate it. Origami Master. Thanks for keeping me around. I'll try my Kiora here, too. Maybe Kiora is good for getting the hour ahead of curve. That's close. She just gets attacked a lot of the time. Might also be right to put Phoenix in the deck. I don't know. So part of the problem with just like playing Nissa plus Mastery is that it tends to be win more. So like the games were like a card that you need Nissa to enable. Like, well, Nissa wins the game on her own most times, right? So like, why are we playing another card that's like only ideal when Nissa's also out? Would be the question. We just bottom Grazer and like play a natural curve here. You think she's good as a distraction? Not really. She's like one attack dead. How is that useful, Hacksaw? What does it do? That's always the question. It's very easy to evaluate things. Ask yourself, what does it do? What problem does it solve? Why is it helpful? Is their deck broken? No, Elf on one, asking the real questions. With the Cavalier drawn, I'm going to fetch another red source here. Just going to stomp this now. If I don't stomp it proactively, I end up taking 2 damage when we play chicken next turn. Like, they attack, I don't kill it. This is a tough one to crack. This gets out of range of our removal spells very, very quickly. So we need to like draw a land next turn. We need them to not get it to a 6/6, and we have to draw a land next turn. Yeah, Nissa removes a lot of the interesting stuff from deck building. Don't play another creature. Don't play another creature. Don't play another creature. So we're dead. I think we're dead. I'm just going to go ahead and concede. It's been a long league, and we're just not beating this Yorvo. So, played a lot of fun games. Whisperwood Elemental, Manifest stuff seems neat. Deathmist Raptor seems okay in the green matchup, but honestly, I don't know. I think this deck is probably a fine tier 2 deck if you like doing a lot of the cards in this deck. But I'm going to say this a lot, and it doesn't mean I dislike Pioneer. But again, if your goal is to be competitive as possible in Pioneer, you are crippling yourself currently, playing with one hand tied behind your back, whatever you want to call it, if you don't have 8 elves in your deck. The 8 elf decks are much more brutal and more consistent than anything else in this format. Elves help you break serve better than any other card possible in this format, and they give you a huge advantage when you're on the play. I don't know. Deathmist seems, up until that last match, I was like, we should cut this card, but it seems okay there, I guess. It's probably fine against their slower starts. Maybe on the back of the white cards, we're supposed to leverage some kind of extra sweeper that's a real sweeper out of the sideboard. Or like hard removal. Like, Domri seems real mediocre. I don't know that I want this card in here. I'm not a big fan of cards like this that aren't threats on their own. Break serve means win when you're on the draw. You could play something like Deafening Clarion in the deck. Descent Upon the Sinful is a neat choice. We could maybe split some hours with Descent Upon the Sinful. Descent's a 6-mana card that exiles all creatures, so we're largely playing Hour because it's a sweeper that cleans up, Soul Flayer when it's indestructible and hexproof, and Descent Upon the Sinful also does that. Solar Blaze is okay against the green deck, but again, this sweeper, maybe Solar Blaze is better than Deafening Clarion. Again, if you think a card, like, when you hear me talking about cards here, you hear me talking about problems that I have and trying to identify solutions to those problems. Settle the Wreckage is real awkward in my Fires of Invention deck. Hard pass. So, if you have a card to recommend, tell me what problem you think I have and how that card solves that problem. All right, at any rate, we're going to dive on into Historic for the rest of today's stream. We're going to kick off smorking some people with some red aggro. I'm going to hit a quick ad roll while I get set up on Arena. We'll be back in a few. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Fumigate doesn't kill indestructible things.